So what are you going to do? I mean, you're drinking on a regular basis, and it seems over the last couple of years it's escalated. I mean, you used to drink a couple glasses of wine, maybe it was 3 or 4 beers after work, to relax. You had a stressful day. And on the weekend, maybe you had a few more. Maybe you had 10 or 12 or a few other things. You hit the bar scene and you drank a little bit too much than you wanted. And usually on the weekend, at least maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, you have a hangover. And it seems like that's kind of permeated into Monday. You woke up one Monday and you had a hangover because you had to hair over the dog on Sunday, and that permeated into Monday. And then you come home from work and you the first thing you do is go to the ice box, go to the refrigerator, and you grab more beer. You don't know how to stop, and you realize, and you look in the mirror and you go, God, do I have a problem? Can I stop? Should I stop? Is this really an issue? And then what you need to do is you need to look around, and the people in your life, if you have a spouse or if you have children, or maybe it's your parent, and how's that affecting them? What's going on with them? How do they feel about it? And if you have the guts to recognize that maybe it is an issue, ask them. That would be the first thing I would do. How's it affecting you? And if you have the awareness to do that, then you're still on an earlier stage. If you can't, and if you don't have the ability to even admit that you have a problem, it's only going to get worse. And the thing is, people ask me all the time, I drink 3 or 4 beers a day. Sometimes I drink a little bit more, but I mean, is that a problem? Again, if you have to ask, it's a problem. A normalized drinker, they don't ask that question because they don't care. I mean, fundamentally, it's not a problem. And a normal drinker, if they never drink again in their life, it wouldn't make any difference to them. They could take it, they could leave it, it's there, fine. If it's a social event, yeah, I'll have some. Someone who has a problem, who's created a consistency in their life, and usually it's repressed emotions. I mean, we've talked about this. It could be anxiety, stress, trauma, plethora of reasons. But you have to recognize it. You can't move forward until you recognize you have a problem, and you have to reinvent yourself. And the whole point of this is the earlier the better. Okay, you don't want to get to the point where you're in the deflective denial stage, where you have family members who are trying to intervene for you, and you're going, I don't have a problem, and you're in denial, and you're the one that has a problem because you think I'm drinking, and because it's become part of your identity, and you're chemically, physically, and emotionally attached to the alcohol at that point, and that's a very scary place to be. It's only going to get worse. Your body and your mind and your psyche will get more dependent on it. It's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. That's how it works. Your body is going to require more dopamine, and it's going to require more ethanol, which is a class 1 carcinogen, which is what alcohol is. And it's not a rational thought process. First thing you got to do is recognize you got a problem, and then you can move forward. And the thing is, you absolutely have to take action on that knowledge. Okay, and if you can't, you need to reach out for to help, to find help. You need to get into some kind of detox, rehab. Because if you're sick and tired of waking up with hangovers and just feeling like crap, you're drinking or you're coming down. That's a problem, okay? But because that's going to wreak havoc with you physically, it's going to tear down your organs. It's not just about fatty liver and cirrhosis. The alcohol in your body is going to affect all your organs, and it's not going to go away unless you do something about it. And you gotta love life. Fundamentally, you gotta love life enough. You gotta want to be here. Okay, you want to be alive. And if you still have that gene in you that says, I want to be here, I want to do something about this, well, then you got a fighting chance. Recognize that in yourself. And the thing is, you're the only one who can answer that question. Do you want to be here? Do you want to have purpose? Do you want to be here 30, 40, 50 years from now? Do you want to stick around? It's an important question to look in the mirror. I'm not asking you to answer that. I'm like, you look in the mirror and you need to answer that one. And of course, that answer, it has to be yes. It has to be yes. You have to want to be here, and then you got to take action, because you don't want to keep feeling like crap all the time and spending money, and don't wait till you get DUIs or have legal issues or financial issues or relationship issues. It's not worth it. The alcohol's not worth it. It's not worth keeping it in your life. This is just real world talk. you're worth more than destroying your life. I mean, life is precious, and you need to take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. There's better ways to cope with the stress and anxiety, and we'll teach you how to do that. Okay, I mean, you do need to, some people need to detox rehab. Some people just need to go to group therapy. Some people need one-on-one counseling or a combination of all of the above. Some people need to go to a sober living facility and take a break from their life for a year. But the bottom line is you got to make it a priority and recognize that you have a problem. Number one, you got to recognize you got to have a problem and take action. When you're ready to work, okay, when you're ready to get to work, and once you're ready to get the alcohol out of your body and you've had a little bit of semblance of I'm ready, then it's time to click the link and get a hold of me. And whether it's me or some other person who has a lot of knowledge on this issue, you need to get help. Click on the link for me. It's in my link tree. Set up a breakthrough call. It takes about 45 minutes. We can do a deep dive into what's going on with you, what's going on with your relationships. I'm all about the family because it's a family disease. So I like to bring in not just the alcoholic has to be on the call, but family members. Usually it's spouses or it's parents with their children or some other variation. But it's important to bring the people in your life because everyone is suffering. And you want to understand where it's coming from, why it's coming from, and what you can do about it. Again, set up a breakthrough call. The call is free. The course is definitely not. But I mean, if you want to change your life and the life of your family forever, you got to make it a priority. And I really do hope you make that call. Talk to you soon.